This is what you're here to see, the HTC One from AT&T. I'm going to unbox it, set it up, try it out, all right now. So today's April 29th and my HTC One from AT&T just arrived. I'm really excited that AT&T was able to get me one of these. I can't wait to see how the AT&T 4G network works in New York City, put it up against my Verizon 4G to see what gets better service. This is the HTC One. It is the silver version. What's noticeable is actually it came out of the box pre-opened. It looks like somebody perhaps at AT&T opened it up and then resealed it and put a piece of tape over it, because even here on the left too, that's out of whack. So it didn't come sealed. Obviously, I'm assuming they opened it to put the SIM card inside, or whatever type of SIM card it uses. Let's open this up and let's take a look at the phone. I'm going to use my handy knife here to open the seals. And we can open the box. So up on top, we have a quick start guide, some literature bearing the AT&T logo. Put that aside. And we have the phone, the HTC One. This is a beautiful phone. It's already on. It came on, so it's turned on already, and it's about 10 to 15% battery life. It came with there's a sticker on it that says texting and driving can't wait. It can wait. Texting and driving, it could wait. So we'll put that aside for a second. Here we have the SIM card that was installed in the phone. Obviously, it's why it was opened. If we open it, see that we have a service tag label. It says don't discard it. We have a SIM eject tool, an HTC eject tool. Limited products warranty. And we have 2 HTC stickers in the box. On the right side, we have a couple of sealed packages. This one looks like a pair of headsets, earbuds. And then I have in here the micro USB cable, and obviously this is the HTC charger. Let's put all this aside for now. You can see it came with this standard HTC charger. This looks to be the same type of charger that came with my HTC Thunderbolt when I had one. Output is 5 volts, 1 amp. So the output is 5 volts, 1 amp. And the input, this is able to handle 100 to 240 volts, 50 or 60 hertz. So it's able to be used around the world with proper adapters. A rubber band bands together a standard micro USB cable. Again, this is they call it the HTC Sync Manager. Transfer photos, video, and music. Finally, over here, we have the earbuds, held together by also a black rubber band. The earbuds come with what looks like a small silicone earbud, and there looks to be additional sizes in this bag. Let me just open it up, spill them out. Without doing any research, I'm assuming we have small, medium, and large sizes. And it looks to be the medium comes directly on. So the medium, it looks like the medium comes on and there's small and large inside. It's also interesting to note that the earbuds do not say Beat Audio. Obviously, only the speaker in the phone is a Beat Audio speaker. Even though these are made to almost look like Beats Audio earbuds, they are not Beats Audio. Or if they are, there's at least no marking. And there's a one-button control in the center. So now let's look at what we really wanted to look at. The phone, the HTC One, comes with a sticker over it. The sticker tells me not to text and drive. It also shows me how to install the SIM, but that has already been done by AT&T for me. Just out of the box, still in its setup screen. It's got a welcome message. It's in Spanish right now. Let's see if we can get it into English. Seems interesting that it was shipped to me in Spanish, but I'll transfer it into English. This is the first time I've taken a product out of the box where it was defaulted to Spanish. Whether that was a mistake, I don't know. But now that we have it in English, we can see that there's an emergency button on the bottom left and a start button on the bottom right. And it's welcoming me to the HTC One. Let's start it up. Next, it's looking for Wi-Fi. It's trying to connect to my Wi-Fi network. What's interesting is it's actually right on the bottom. It's looking for known AT&T Wi-Fi networks, and there's none in range right now. My Wi-Fi network's not going to come up. Let's see if we could skip this if I don't want to choose a network, if I could just hit next. Great, it didn't make me pick a Wi-Fi network. I'm a little concerned. I live in Manhattan, and the 4G LTE signal is coming in at 1 bar right now. I'm up in my apartment, almost 2 bars at times. My Verizon 4G LTE, I get full service in my apartment. It's actually making me a little worried. I'm going to go try it around my apartment later on. Now it's asking me to auto-sync with accounts. HTC account, Google accounts, Exchange, ActiveSync, Mail, Address Book, Facebook, Flickr, Twitter, LinkedIn. They're all right here to add. So obviously this is the part where it is asking me to add my accounts. I am going to add a couple of accounts. Then I'm going to come back and we're going to see how the phone performs. So I added my Google account and my ActiveExchange work email account to the phone. And now I'm going to hit next. I'll add the rest of the accounts later. Now it's asking me if Google has permission to collect anonymous location data and if it has permission to use my location. If I was setting this up for a long-term phone, which I'm not sure if I am yet, I would probably uncheck the first box. Leave the second box checked. Read these, really understand what they say, make up your own mind, and then hit finish. It's asking me for location consent so it could track where I am. I'm going to hit agree. I want to take full advantage of these phones' features while I have this. Now, I guess it's bringing me right to the home page. It's going to my calendar. It tells me that I have a digital resource meeting I'm supposed to be in now. Obviously, I'm not there. And we have the Android user interface right here. We can swipe side by side. It starts on the first page, which is the leftmost page. Not the center page, but the leftmost page. And then we can go right to get to new pages. Hold down on the screen. Obviously, we could add widgets, apps, or shortcuts. That's pretty cool. Let me go and let's add a widget to the third page. And I don't have any custom widgets on here yet. But let's add FM radio so we could try the FM radio feature. So here's the FM radio feature. I don't really know how this works. Oh, to use the FM radio, I must plug in a headset. So it's not letting me use the FM radio over speakerphone. That's very interesting to know. So let me give you a quick visual of the phone so you have a better idea. We know that the platform it's an Android platform, and they put the HTC Sense on top of it. Has a Snapdragon 600 processor, which is 1.7 gigahertz, and it's a quad core. This phone has a quad core, which is really cool. Uses a micro SIM card, which is right up here, micro SIM tray. They included the micro SIM tool with it, the HTC micro SIM tool. This phone actually has 32 gigabytes of storage space. I thought it was 16 before, but it has 32 gigabytes of storage space and 2 gigabytes of DDR RAM. This is a 4.7-inch screen that can play in 1080 Full HD at 468 ppi. So that's really cool. I'm looking forward to watching a movie or a TV show on this. It has these two very large forward-facing speakers. These are the HTC Boom Sound speakers. It's dual front-facing stereo speakers with built-in amplifiers, and they are made or certified by Beats Audio, which is right over here on the back. So we have the Beat Audio and HTC and the AT&T logo. That's the only thing you see here on the back. On the back, we do have the primary camera and flash. This is a little bit different. They call this the HTC Ultra Pixel camera. It is a lower megapixel camera, but very good in low light, which is why it's so important. This is a very good low light camera. This camera up front is a 2.1 megapixel, 88-degree wide-angle lens. So it's a nice wide-angle lens, and on top of that, you have 2.1 megapixels up front. It's not a lot, but it's much more than we've been seeing in other phones. There's also over here, I don't know if you could see it, there's a sensor array right over here on the upper left, and right over here, there is a LED light. So you could program it to give you messages without having to make any sound. On the bottom of the phone, there are two things: micro USB for charging and syncing, and this looks like a microphone right down here on the bottom. On this side of the phone, the only thing that we have is this micro SIM card tray. Top of the phone, we have a one push button, the one push button this phone has. Headset. On the right, we have what looks like a volume up and a volume down button. And that's it. Some of the unique design features of this phone are these two white strips and the fact that it has a bowed or curved edge. I guess curved is the best way to describe it. One of the things I really like about this phone is the screen really does go almost edge to edge, and it is bright. This has an incredibly bright screen. The notification screen very smoothly comes down from the top. I like that. Phone. Phone lets you show or hide the full keyboard. Lets you search by contact number. I don't have any contacts in here yet. Text messaging. Again, no messages yet. Applications. The web. And one touch for pictures for the camera. Gives you a little guide to teach you how to start taking pictures on it. I'll come back to this later. I'm going to go, now that we've taken a first look at this phone, it's almost dead. It has less than 10% of the battery life left. I'm going to go charge it up, play with it for a little bit, and then make another video later actually rating it and reviewing it. I'll put the link to the second video on the upper right-hand side of the screen right here in a little bit. My name is Adam Wandt. I'm a professor and technologist at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. This has been a first look at the HTC One with Beats Audio by AT&T. It really is a beautiful phone. It is the first phone from a company other than Apple that I would really consider a work of art. I think this phone is absolutely beautiful. It feels good in the hand. It has a bright screen, and it is very responsive to use so far. Look forward to seeing you back here soon for another review of the HTC One.